Alright, what's going on, family? What's going on? Life. That's all I can say is just life. You know, it's like a roller coaster ride. You have your ups, you have your downs, the different vibrations and frequencies of the day, the negative and positive reinforcements of the day, but what's going on inside your mental and your mind of the day. You know, just trying to get yourself on an even plane where, you know what I mean, you can just withstand the lashes, your daily lashes of the targeting every day, you know. As my targeting just based off of a lot of people feeling some type of way. It's mainly strangers, you know what I'm saying, or people feeling some type of way, and it's just like if you don't open yourself up to these people where they can play you, or where they can have some type of domination over you because of they feel like they're better than you in some type of way, some type of form, some type of fashion. They feel like they're better than you and you should be like little bro to them or something, or be one to chase what they're chasing, be wanting to the emptiness, be wanting to fall into the traps and the snares that you already know they have set for you, and you kind of refuse to fall for those traps and snares. So it just ends up making a lot of your situations dry, because it's like they're like, if you don't open yourself up for us to play you, or for yourself to become a little bro and you know what I'm saying, we show you the ropes and stuff like that, then your situation's gonna be dry. You know what I mean? Like, I know the past weekends right here by this chair, they've been having, like, you know what I mean, it's a black dude that stared that it's a door right by the chair downstairs. And I guess he been having family members, his homeboys, whatever, they pull up, you know what I'm saying? And they'll just kind of give me the look like I'm supposed to introduce myself. I'm supposed to go out my way, you know what I'm saying, to seek approval. You get what I'm saying? And it's not overthinking. It's just like, what's the point of me getting out of my bubble, seeking approval, going out my way and stuff like that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you're getting to a route where you're playing in people's game. So whatever narrative that they're spinning on you, you know what I'm saying, they can be like, look, see, this is who this person is. This is what this person is about. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, every day, my whole purpose is I'm trying to prevent that. I'm trying to prevent from people seeing me in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's one of the family members, some black lady, but that's one of the family members or whatnot of the dude I was just talking about. You know, they be synchronizing. They be ready to, you know, all this and stuff and pull up and I like expect that, you know what I'm saying, I go out my way. My whole thing is I'm not going to be going out my way for anything. You know, my whole thing is just staying focused, make sure I hold things down for the fort. I had a mindset or a time not too long ago where just you get burnt out, you know? You get burnt out. You know, you working, you doing what you're supposed to do, and then sometimes things don't work out the way you expected to work out, and you kind of get burnt out. Like, you got your manager at the job kind of lying to you, saying that we work amount of days, and then other managers like, no, we don't work the amount of days. Now you looking for the other manager, you can't even get in contact with them. They leaving early just so you won't even get in contact with them. There's all this extra stuff to try to manage my money, my flow. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they didn't expect me to have this type of work energy, work ethic, to master at work, regardless of how many people leave the job, regardless of if it's like short staff one day or if it's overstaffed one day. It just got crazy ways of how they're going about things. And it just kind of seemed like they didn't expect me to stay that long, because a lot of people didn't stay that long. They gone, they dip. Sometimes they be gone for a week or something, and they'll pop up the next week. Like, these folks do what they want to do. I can't do nothing like that. Matter of fact, the manager felt some type of way when I volunteered for extra curriculum day, because my attendance is perfect when it comes to all the work days. My attendance is on point when it comes to all the work days, but sometimes I be trying to get extra curriculum work days to make up for sometimes when they give us off days and stuff. So even on the extra curriculum day that I didn't go because they had us working like 5 days already, a whole lot of days already, it's like they play games like that. It's like we're going to overwork you or we're going to underwork you. We're not going to have it like it was before, where it's just, you get your perfect 4 days, 12-hour shifts, 4 days of 12-hour shifts, so that's a little bit overtime. You know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable with that. You know what I mean? Ain't no sense of underworking and have to, sweep up change to come up with, to pay the bills, and then overworking, burning myself out, you know what I'm saying, just to have a little extra money, you know what I mean, that's just gonna get burnt. I wanna just keep it balanced, where I have the right amount of money, you know what I'm saying, where I can get what I need, do what I need to do, and be able to pay my bills and just keep it floating like that. You know what I'm saying? That it's like at that point where they're making it that difficult for me. I even got in the mindset where I was ready to move. I was ready to go. I got to that point where I got so burnt out, like I was literally ready to leave, ready to jeopardize what I got going on, ready to break my lease and all type of stuff, not knowing the storm that was awaiting for me making that move, because everything just got so dry. Everything, it got to a point, a lot of stuff just got dry. You know what I mean? And it's really a battle of the mind when things get really, really dry. It's really a battle of the mind. It's like the TI community is not as lubricant as it used to be. It used to just be flowing. Like, the TI community, people just make videos and keep you interested. Now it's like, I don't know if it's the algorithm, the fire truck. I don't know if it's the algorithm or what. I don't know if they just told people just stop making videos. I don't know. But it's just like the algorithm's been dry. And the people that do make videos, they don't really be talking about nothing on nothing. It's like they just regurgitating the same thing. I be liking the TI community just to be talking about the current events that's going on, what's going on with your life, how you're targeting, you know what I'm saying? Help me, like iron sharpens iron, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be difficult because everybody is just literally it's dead. It's just like I said before in my last video about 2-3 weeks ago. The TI community is dead, bro. It's gone. People get on and basically, this person, this person's a perp, that person's a perp, this and that and this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I enjoy getting on the YouTube and listening to some sharp TIs, like TIs that did their research. They're pretty sharp. They're not dull. They're not dumb. They're pretty sharp. They know how to articulate themselves. And you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that gives you fuel to go on. You can relate to them like, hey, they going through the same thing I'm going through. This blackball of society, being blackballed of society because you refuse to let people play you. You know what I'm saying? It's like people look at you so lowly, they're mad at the fact that they can't play you. Like, you won't open yourself up. So they'll come up with all these name calling, subliminally, all these little spinning narratives, all these advertisement, all these things on their shirts, all these little, through the music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To make you feel inferior. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing the right thing every day. You're not causing no trouble to nobody. You're not causing no trouble to yourself. But it makes the situation very dry. So it's like they're trying to force your hand here. And it just got to a point where I got burnt out. I was ready to dip. I was ready to go. You know what I mean? Start over somewhere else where I think it's more beautiful. More, the scenery is more beautiful and there's more stuff to do. But it's just like, nah, like, I got another reminder. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, don't stay put. Don't break your lease. Ride your lease out. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these folks force your hand. Don't let these folks force you to move, before the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that. I just got to stick it out with work. You know what I mean? I got to be on the manager hard because they're going to tell me one thing and they're going to do the next. That just shows the respect they got for me for a person that been attending every work day. When you got so many other people not attending, and it's like they babying them. They not getting fired. They getting supposedly all these write-ups, but they still popping up at work. They still kind of do what they want to. It's some folks that didn't come to work till like 2 hours late, and everybody dapping them up and stuff like that, and it was just a normal work day. It's like no type of consequence or repercussion for their actions. But let me do something like that. Let me be 30 minutes late. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they gonna give me hell through the whole day. You know what I mean? So it's just like, wow, I just really see the games. And it just got to the point where things are just irritating. Like I've been saying, putting in my posts, like, things is very irritating. It don't be really nothing to talk about. The game stalking is the same. Sometimes they have their chill days when you don't step out for a while. My wife be doing a lot of the errands and stuff like that. So if I don't step out for a while, they'll kind of be chill when I step out. So like they'll be chill. They'll act like things is normal. You know what I'm saying? But then when you start stepping out frequently, got the red car. When you just start stepping out frequently and stuff, then that's when they just start coming with the tactics, coming with the frequencies, trying to provoke you to a certain negative response. You know what I mean? So they can gaslight you. They do everything in slick ways. I mean, we know the targeting. We know we're being surveilled. We know we're being monitored. People subliminally tell you what you're doing behind closed doors, things they shouldn't know. This is the type of stuff they try to tell you and things like that. So it's just the same gang stalking. It's not going to change. You're going to get the color coordination. It's not going to change. We're getting the blues, the reds, the pinks, the whites. It's not going to change. It's just the same old color coordination, traffic control, work harassment, all type of things to try to steer you like closer to a darker path, to get you to crash out. But your main thing is you're not going to crash out. Like, I'm not going to crash out. Sometimes my mind can be clouded because of my emotions, and I be thinking of making irrational moves, you know what I'm saying? But I don't follow through with those irrational moves, because then I come to a reasonable thinking later once that anger cloud kind of dissolves. Sometimes you got to wait for that anger cloud to dissolve. Sometimes you be filled with anger, you be burnt out, you just be like, man, life just sucks right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's just an illusion. It's just let that cloud dissolve. That anger cloud clouds your thinking. It's not clear. Your logic is not clear. You're just filling yourselves up with emotions. You know? And I can't play these people game, because at the end of the day, that's what they want me to do. They want me to play their game. You know what I'm saying? And you just can't play their game. They got that loud burning. They chilling. They chilling. I can smell it in the air. Just two people walking. You know, they doing their thing. You know, smelling the loud and stuff like that, that's not gonna make me wanna smoke. I don't even like to smoke. Smoke is not even cool for me. I be the ones that get paranoid and stuff. It's just not good for me. You know what I'm saying? I know I made in my videos before, like, oh, you know, the drinking and stuff like that. Like, oh, don't get on the drink. You know what I mean? You know, at that time, at that space, that's how I felt. But when you going through a lot and you feeling burnt out, sometimes the drink help a little bit. I can't say that for everybody, different strokes for different folks. But for me and my situation, the drink might help a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Might. Because sometimes it just be a lot. It just be like, dang, they just going overboard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not going to relapse on the drugs, but just a little sip here and there, that's cool. For the weekend, I work hard, celebrate with a little drink here and there. I feel like that's cool. You know, I went to a point where it's been like a whole year. I didn't drink at all. A whole year. I faced this thing sober a whole year. And ain't nothing changing. Everything is the same. It's just too much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I just ain't got the mental discipline. But it's just like, bro, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? So before I get fully burnt out and do irrational moves because of my feelings, then I drink sometimes to numb it a little bit. You know what I mean? And just reconsider my thoughts and just let it flow from there. But just don't go too crazy like I did like last time. Went too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Overindulge. I just got to really pace myself. You know what I'm saying? Really have emotional intelligence out here. Really let my the wisdom that I've grown to really let that shine. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got on my profile pic that little Pokemon, the Graveler, which is the evolved Geodude. You know, I'm on the mountain. I'm where the mountain's at. You know what I'm saying? So them like what they call mountain Pokemon and stuff like that. You know, these people want to domesticate me like a Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just this fascinating specimen that they want to control and domesticate and humiliate and you know, fall into this matrix line. You see the colors? That's what they do with the targeting. Red, blue. That's them lights. Hopefully it's shown on the video, but that's the lights they like to show. Everywhere I go, like I always see lights like that. I remember when I was walking, people had lights like that on their cars, on their trucks, on the 18-wheelers, planes, lights on their houses, their porches. Them lights was everywhere I go. Like it, you know what I'm saying? And before my gang stalking, I never seen that. I never really realized that. Only time I seen something like that before my gang stalking was in the Walmart parking lots when they had them type of lights on like poles and like this like camera thing. That's the only time I seen that. But when my gang stalking started, it went from the Walmart parking lot to everywhere. People on bicycles, people on scooters. Them lights that you just seen, it be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like them just notifying that, you know what I mean, you're being surveilled, you're being monitored. The red and blue. The only thing I matched with red and blue is the police sirens, red and blue. America, red and blue is like alert, like you being policed. You know what I'm saying? You being policed. You being surveilled. You being monitored. You're not treated as regular civilians, even though you may think you're free. You know what I'm saying? We got you in this invisible prison, invisible jail cell where you're being monitored. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anything you do, your actions you do will and can be used against you. So with me knowing that, that's not overthinking. That's intelligence. That's knowing that you, like, they'll make things seem like it's normal. I'm normal. You know what I'm saying? Make things seem normal. Ain't nothing really normal about this scenario. You may not see a person right now, but best believe I'm being surveilled and monitored. I'm being watched right now as we speak. Might not be nothing in the sky, no drones, no nothing like that, but I'm being surveilled and monitored as we speak. So with me knowing that, it's cool. Because I ain't nobody gonna do nothing crazy no way. You know what I'm saying? I work hard, I be wanting to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Me working hard. You know what I'm saying? The money, the end result of the results, the outcome of my weekly workings. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people can't do what I can do. There's people that can do and much more, and kudos to them. You know what I'm saying? But there's also a lot of people that can't stick with the job like a whole year going sober and working and going through all that frustration. They can't do that. You know, I'm looking like I got my wife. I mean, you know, and that's cool. But the gang stalking, it can get overwhelming at times, man. I don't know what level that it's hitting with other people. Maybe it's calming down for them. That's why they just like not making videos, because it's calming down for them. But me, it's just like staying the same. Either stay the same or it's going to get worse. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people just don't rock with me. They just don't flow with my energy. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks. It is what it is. It is what it is. Do from this point, continue to work. Try to manage my money a little bit better. And try not to put myself in compromising positions. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Focus at work. Don't let them folks overwork me. Talk with the manager so they don't underwork me. You know what I mean? Enjoy my money. Don't have myself so cooped up because of the gang stalking. Like, numb some of my emotions with this little bit of drink. Step out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And just try to enjoy what I can enjoy. You know, life is short sometimes. And just being secluded and being in the shell, yeah, that protects me. But it you know, I'm a human being. The experience, it just starts getting dry and overwhelming and just irritating. You know what I'm saying? So it just forces you to step out. But you don't have to put yourself in a position where you allow people to play you. I just can't open myself up that much where I allow a person to play me. Step in they bubble. You know what I mean? Step in their arena. You know, then they could say whatever they want to say. They can make whatever false accusations they want to because you put yourself in that situation. Then it's like, you should have never put yourself in that situation. So instead of me being like, you should have never put yourself in that situation, I just wouldn't put myself in that situation at all. You know, it's not overthinking, overanalyzing, just being wise and being smart. You know, in all totality, you know, these people don't want you to win. You get it. But they gotta bend your mind, bend your will, get you, you know, thinking in a way, well, maybe people might want to rock with me. And then once you get to thinking like that people might want to rock, and you start forgetting over the totality of how the whole community's been kind of treating you, the patterns of, you know what I mean, we want you out of here, you know what I'm saying, you this, you that, you know what I mean, why is you still alive, why is you still free type energy. Why would you even want to open yourself up like, oh, well, this person might want to rock with me? It's like, if a person ain't on no positive vibration, they ain't really trying to see you do better in life, they ain't really trying to, the things ain't motivation to steer you to the right path, them people really ain't for you. Maybe you can have a decent talk. You know, you drinking, you want to have a decent talk, but never forget, never step out of your comfort zone. Never think that you can just really kick it with these folks and they'll really rock with you. They're not loyal to you at all. They're loyal to the program at the end of the day. These people are loyal to the program. They're like confidential informants. They're loyal to the system. They can get away. They can do what they do from time to time. But guess what? They gonna get right back right. Some of them slip up. They get locked up and they get right back out. Some of them slip up and be gone for, you know what I mean? Everybody's still kind of accountable for their actions in a certain type of way. But it's unfair. There's no justice in the accountability. Because for a TI, like, they'll hold you accountable for everything. They'll hold everything over your head. See, these folks, they get leniency. See, I guess they do this targeting thing for leniency. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot of the spotlight off of them. You know what I mean? If they get caught, they get caught. But it takes a lot of the spotlight off of them because they doing some type of community service or whatnot, targeting the TI people they deem a threat. You know, so this is still ongoing for me. This ain't like stopping. My gang stalking ain't calmed down or nothing. Just because I ain't making videos don't mean everything is peaches and cream over here on this side. Like, nah, it's the same thing every day. You know what I mean? Every day I could crash out. But they know I'm not going to get to that point. They know I'm not that stupid. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to come at a different standpoint. Try to hit you at levels where, oh, you know what I mean? We cool. We some cool people. And, you know, hey, social, chop it up, laugh, that's cool. But I'm never stepping out my bubble, stepping out my car to go any place out the way. You know, none of that. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it got so dry, I know I got to open myself up a little bit. I have to do that. I have to do it. Open myself up just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I just refuse to put once that alert go off, compromise. They trying to compromise you. Oh, it's time to just, whoop, renege, go back in my shell, renege. Because at the end of the day, I know what these folks want. They want to paint the narrative like I'm really a bad person. And when you moving like you ain't a bad person, all they can do is just try to make situations very dry, unfavorable for you until you put yourself in a situation where you can fulfill the narrative that they painted on you. It's just like a game. They just want to win at the end of the day. They want you to lose and they want to win. It's that childish, but that's just what it is. Whatever these folks said, whoever they said green lighted this program, you know, they probably came up with all type of stuff to say who green lighted this program. You know, this program come from God. You know, they'll say anything, you know what I'm saying? We just servants of God, you know what I mean? And people rock with it, like, yeah, they get, and you know, when things don't go the way they say, because these people are supposed to be prophets or something, and they holy people or something, and people start seeing that the stuff they're saying is not what it is, then that's a problem. So now they gotta manipulate situations, circumstances to fit their narrative, you know what I'm saying, to make them continue to look like servants and holy people of God and prophets, you know what I'm saying, and continue to make you look like a bad person. So when you're not fitting their narrative, you're not looking like a bad person, then it's like they got to do the extra mile. They gotta prove themselves, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I got to prove myself at all. You know what I mean? Just being able to survive, waking up every day, doing what I need to do, having a roof over my head is enough for me. I was about to get to a point, irrational thinking, you know what I'm saying? You know, where I was going to get myself started over, not break up with my wife or nothing like that. I was going to have her situated, for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, with the famo for a little bit. And, finally, dog walker. Finally. Knew it was going to pop up. I knew it was going to pop up. But I was going to get myself where, you know what I'm saying, be homeless for a little bit. Even if I wasn't homeless, find like a little motel. But it's just like, why start over at a motel when you got an apartment? Why not fulfill this lease? And if it's just not really working like that, at the end of the lease, at least my name would be good. So if I go to another state or whatever, you know, my credit, my back eviction and all that won't follow me because I can't, my emotions, I can't take the game stalking. I done took it this far, you know, I can deal with it. It's just, sometimes it just become overbearing. You know what I mean? If you be wanting to step out, you be wanting to see a different scenery. It's so boring, so dull. I done watched some of the anime I wanted to watch. Other anime ain't even really cool. Certain things I want to watch. And I done watched it all. You know what I'm saying? Netflix is so dry. Hulu is dry. It ain't like how it used to be. I'm like, where's all the good movies at? Where are they putting all the good movies at? When I went to like movie sites, you know, you go online, like you can get on certain movie sites and you can watch whatever movie you want to watch. They done took that off. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a site that I used to go on called Cinema HD. And I can like stream damn near any movie, TV show. They took it all, talking about piracy. But I know people was watching, they got their 1, 2, 3 movies and stuff, but they won't let me get on it. Like that's the wild thing. They won't let me enjoy. Like I gotta waste my money on everything. You get what I'm saying? It's like, damn, it's just crazy. Like they trying to really dole out my life, my situation, my livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Try to make it hard for me to find some type of excitement and enjoyment and stuff. So it just got to the point where I felt like I was getting burnt out. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I just go to another scenery where the grass is greener, it's beautiful, tropical. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of hard, especially on the homeless, and the cost of living is high too. And it's not guaranteed that I'm going to get a spot like that. So it's just like, I got to be more wiser before I make these moves. You know what I'm saying? It be situations that happen that can burn you out to make you think irrational, but it's just like, don't fully act out on it. You know, let that anger cloud dissolve. Let that anger cloud get up out of there. Don't fully act out on it. Because that's what the program wants. You know, U-Hauls and commercials talking about Aleve. All I seen the word, it's like some type of medicine called Aleve, but you see the trigger word, leave. Or, you know, certain songs be at work and they be saying go, go, go. You know what I mean? Vominos and, you know, stuff like that. Like, but it's like, no matter where I go, that's the narrative. If I even go relocate somewhere, that's what they gonna hit me with. But I was thinking at least it's a little bit more favorable. It's like the demographics of people. Yeah, the gang stalking is always gonna be there. It's gonna be going on. But at least it's just more stuff to do, parks to hit, beautiful sceneries, water, green grass, trees. Beautiful, right? You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm just in the desert. It's cool here. The resources here is great. You know what I'm saying? You can make money here. You know what I mean? You can live here, but it can get dry. It can get very dry. You know, if you don't allow people to play you, situations get very, very dry. And I just got to a point where I don't want to get played. You know what I mean? Why would I put myself in a situation? Oh, there go the ambulance. Or why would I put myself in a situation where I can get played? Why? And I mean, there is a fire station right across, so, you know, sometimes it might not be the gang stalking, you know? Just be 100. Just be 100. But why would I want to put myself in a situation where I would get, where I would want to get, played? Like, when you see the totality, the army, the mechanism of the people, you know what I'm saying, of how they do, everywhere you go. I mean, today, they was chill. I went to the grocery store, people was just chill. You know, they had a little bit of, certain women and stuff like that, synchronizing with them a little bit, and they kind of scratching their head and stuff like that. But it was cool. It wasn't all this extra stuff. It wasn't, I walk in the store, it wasn't people with their little dogs while I'm in the store, or some weird dude following me around, some dude wearing a bonnet, synchronizing with me wearing a bonnet. You know, all this weird stuff. They wasn't doing that. You get what I'm saying? So they have their days. It's like when you don't step out for a while, they be chill and lenient with you. But then when you step out, the circus show, it be crazy, man. It just be getting overwhelming. I don't be wanting to step out sometimes, for real. But it's like, I gotta step out, man. It gets so dry like this. You know what I mean? The YouTube used to be flowing with videos. There's always something to watch. There's always something to do. So many videos. I had to put the videos on watch later, and then it'd be the videos I can watch, when I'm off and stuff, and I'd be kind of occupied. But now it's like, dang, I don't even be knowing what to watch. It's so dry. Everything is so dry. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the continuation of Naruto. You know, Naruto, that's my anime right there. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm like a little kid when it comes to certain animes. You know, a grown man watching Naruto. Hey, it is what it is. I like what I like. And then they got that next generation of Naruto, the Boruto, which to me, a lot of people say it wasn't fire. I think it was fire. Boruto's son now got basically one of them alien things, the Akatsuki, one of them alien things, you know what I'm saying? He got all these little special abilities and powers, and the other dude, Kawaki, yeah, man, that went hard how it finished out, man. I thought Boruto was finna be taken out. I thought he got killed by Kawaki, you know what I'm saying? But the little Akatsuki dude that was stored inside of him, you know what I'm saying, brought him back to life and was like, yeah, now you a Akatsuki. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, that's how they stopped it. Oh, I'm like, they ain't gonna come out with no other episodes. That's it. Dang. You know, dude with the blue shirts. You know, they like wearing these blues, man. The blues. You know. But I'm like, dang, that's it. Oh, man. And it's just dry. A lot of the TV shows that I paid for and stuff like that, it'd be dry. It'd be like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, HBO Max, Amazon. Bro, it'd be like certain good movies on there from time to time. And after that, that's it. It'd be dry. At least somebody tell me some good TV shows to watch. That nobody even do that anymore, bro. It's just dry. I don't know. Dang, help a brother out. Yeah, man. But I'm find ways to find enjoyment, entertainment in this life. You get what I'm saying? Without compromising myself and without getting played. Them the main two things that I'm trying to stay away from. Being compromised and getting played. I'm not trying to get played, and I'm not trying to be compromised at all. Not trying to be in agreement with nothing I don't need to be in agreement with. Bump that. I'm just ready for some enjoyment. I done bust my tail. I done work hard, man. And I've been proving to these folks time and time again, I ain't on what they trying to paint what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can forget that. I ain't on that. I'm not on that. How many times they can try to beat a dead horse? How many times they can try to manipulate? If you ain't on that, you ain't on that. It don't matter what they try to flash in front of your face. The money, the better lifestyle. You ain't got to work like how you working. It don't matter, man. When you stand on certain things and you believe certain things, you just not going for that. You're just not going for it, man. And that's just me. I'm just not going for it, you know. It's just going to be boring and dull. You know, gang stalking going to be gang stalking. This ain't going to stop. It ain't stopped for me. It don't look like it's stopping at all. You know, you get people, oh, yeah, when Donald Trump come into office, the gang stalking going to stop. They was targeting him, so he on it. The gang stalking ain't stopped. Heck, it done got worse when Trump got in office. At least when Joe Biden was in the office, we was getting all type of benefits. Donald Trump getting in office. Hold on. Donald Trump getting in office, he taking away all type of benefits from, you know, people, making it harder for people, but it ain't making it harder for the gang stalkers. These people don't, like, you know, I got certain neighbors, bro. They don't ever work. I mean, the neighbor, his excuse is, oh, I'm a military veteran. That's his excuse. And then you got other people, they ain't, oh, I get a check or this and that. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't handicapped or nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what y'all got going on? Y'all don't work, but y'all be in these nice apartments. Y'all be straight. And I don't be hardly seeing these folks bringing in groceries or anything. Like, do they eat? Or do they just be drunk and high all the time? Like, what be going on? Like, are these people even human? You know what I'm saying? While I'm busting my butt working, it be a lot of people on standby, especially around the Target. They don't be seeming like they work. I don't know what they do. But they be good. They be taken care of. They be good. See, they want to project that on you, or you be like, man, I want to be like that. What I got to do? So now you ready to bend over. You ready to blow bubbles out your butt. You know what I'm saying? You ready to do all these weird things and compromise, and you ready to get played just so you don't got to work as hard. But as a human, as a man, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's one of the things you've been brought up. You got to work. You got to do what you got to do. I understood that, even though while I was young in my 20s and stuff like that, I was lazy. I wasn't on that mindset. But now, you know, pushing through this gang stalking program, having a family and stuff like that, I can't afford to be lazy. You know, I can't afford to be in no compromising position. I just can't do it. It's just not in my essence. And I can't afford to get played. I done been played plenty of times in the past. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to learn from your lessons. You know what I mean? You can't just continue to be a stepping stool for people and let people have dominion over you, or put yourself in a blackmailing type of situation where people can bribe and blackmail you and have all type of stuff over your head to make you do things that you normally wouldn't do. That's the name of the game, is to blackmail you and make you do things that you normally wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? People just trying to have stuff they can hold over your head. And that's how I'm thinking, why these people doing all this weird stuff. I think it's more than just community service, or people just serving their country, or the love that they have for the law enforcement or the military or the secret society, whatever it is. It's just more than that. These people just be having some type of dirt on these people. They hold, for people to act like this, they got to be holding something over their heads. Not all of them, not every one of them, but some of them, they got to be holding, especially the criminal-minded ones, they got to be holding, because they've been surrounding me with a lot of people that's been locked up, been in jail in halfway houses, just got out of prison. You know what I mean? One dude, he just got out of prison, out of Fed and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? One dude just getting out of halfway house. They got him working at the job. one dude on house arrest. Why they got all these dudes around me involved in criminal activity, and these dudes don't be talking crazy to each other. They don't be acting like how criminals act amongst each other. You know, they put that energy kind of towards me in a way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, you know, it's the program. And for them to have all these criminals in check like they be having them in check, they got to be holding something over their head. Like, bro, I wasn't born yesterday. I see the games. That's how I just, when I refuse to get played or compromise, the situation just get dry. They make it where there's no good movies on the main movie ads. Not apps, the movie apps that you buy monthly. It'd be nothing on there. It'd be nothing on nothing. They just make things boring and dry. Things that they want you to watch, they'll put it on there, but it's not like things that I'm into. I don't want to watch that. You know what I'm saying? It's not funny to me. It's just not funny to me. I want to watch that entertains me. You know what I'm saying? I can't even do what I used to do. They piracy. You know, just this extra stuff, man. You know, I just be wanting to enjoy my little bit of life that I have, man, and my little bit of bubble, my little bit of entertainment. Just fine and dandy. Everybody live their life, do what they do. Cool. That's ooh, I get that. Do y'all thing. But why y'all gotta pull me into it? Why is it so vital for me to crash out? Why is it so vital for me to get played, for me to be compromised? Is it just to feed people's ego? Is it really just to feed people's ego to just to say I lost because I'm just one of them people that's just doing the right thing? Like, dang. Y'all can't just let one person breathe? Dang, is it that serious? Dang, man. And this is just what I be going through. This is just my everyday life. You know, it gets tiring. I be ready to just step out sometimes, just get peace. I mean, stay out the way. I ain't trying to bother nobody. I'm just trying to get my little kibbles and bits and make it to the crib. Chill. Enjoy myself a little bit. When you do the right thing, they'll make situations where you can't even enjoy yourself. It just gets that boring, that dull, that dry. It's like, dang, these people got it down to a science. It just sucks, bro. But it's just like you got to keep striving. You got to keep moving forward. You can't break your faith out of God. You know, I'm not going to break my faith with God. You know what I'm saying? I just know that these people got this down here on earth. Boy, they having their way, man. They not fully having their way, but they having their way where it makes it really difficult for the other side to, you know, to win. You know what I mean? For certain people on the right side that's making the, you know, right decision, make it harder for them to win, boy. You got to do things their way. You know what I'm saying? They got that my way, highway mentality. Either my way or the highway mentality. You know what I'm saying? And these folks don't even know they on Route 66 with it. Talking about some my way or the highway, man. It's just very irritable, bro. And it's just the only thing I can do is just stay out the way. But now it's like, just to get a little bit of comfort, a little bit of entertainment, it's like you got to step kind of in the mix a little bit. Not too much in the mix, but just in the mix a little bit. And then you just go from there. Black folks just pop up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? There don't be a lot of black folks around here. But this is how the program be. This is how it be, bro. They gotta create scenarios and situations to make you feel certain type of ways. You know what I'm saying? We lost cruises with it. We is not in the hood. But this is the scenarios that they have to create. You know what I'm saying? to make us look certain type of ways, to fit certain narratives, for certain things to happen, because of the two main things. You don't want to be compromised and you refuse to be played. That's the main thing. They just can't understand. Certain people think they have certain black people down to the T, I don't know if it's the AI, I don't know what, but they be thinking they have your character down pat. So they look at it as only certain routes that you can take, and they just have this thing where they predict all your possibilities, any possibility routes you can go. They just predicted it, and then you just one of those anomalies. You know what I'm saying? And it's just an ego thing, man. And what they don't know is just you just refuse to compromise and be played. That's it. Like, of course you want to enjoy your life and have fun, but you ain't finna do nothing crazy to compromise how hard you done worked and where you done got. Yeah, you can get burnt out, and yeah, you can have crazy thoughts, but don't mean you gonna act out them crazy thoughts. Don't mean you gonna, you know what I mean? No, it's just a reminder, like, yo, we done came too far. So if the TI community continue to be boring, that's what it is. Y'all just gonna continue to be boring and just play games, because not fooling me. But it sucks though, you know what I'm saying? Because I be like waiting to hear what some of you guys got to say, man. Y'all be fueling some of us to keep going, bro. But I guess certain people just got too big-headed, or they like, man, I want money, bump that. Like, y'all ain't trying to pay, what am I on here for? I get it. It just sucks, bro. It is what it is, man. I guess I gotta be the one to make the videos, even though I don't get hardly no views, so I don't know if my word gonna make it like a point or anything, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I gotta vent. I gotta get this out. I gotta get it out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna continue when it's time for me to vent. I'm gonna vent. I'm gonna get it out. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be them guys just, here talking about the same thing like an agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they get all the views. People just love them to death. Maybe they just got some smooth personalities. I can't knock them. It is what it is. Maybe my personality just don't rock with a lot of folks. You get what I'm saying? I just don't resonate with a lot of people. It is what it is. I can't hate on that. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is give a person a piece of my soul. And if they rock with it, they rock with it. If they don't, they don't, man. But at the end of the day, y'all just be strong. I'm still holding on strong. For those rooting for me in the shadows, man, I'm doing all right. I'll be all right. Don't worry about me, baby. Pray for me. I'll be all right. Ain't nobody finna do nothing crazy or irrational. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, the ones hiding in the shadows that's rooting for me. I appreciate it. With that being said, family, y'all hold y'all head. Peace.